If you choose not to sell as an affiliate or you choose not to sell products that you create, you can perform services. Now, this really means that this is something that you have some expertise in. It's something that hopefully you have a track record in. If you are just getting started, you are going to have to develop some level of trust with whoever it is that's going to be hiring you for the service. And that really is what it is. You are either doing a short term job or you are committing to fulfill on one particular task. Now, there are a lot of skills that are needed by advanced marketers, and they are willing to pay professionals to provide them. So, as long as you can provide the service, whether it is article writing or video creation or part of the video process or script writing, there are so many aspects of internet marketing that require people to do them when advanced marketers would like to have someone else do them so that they can spend their time marketing their business. You can provide those services and you can get instant cash. Now, in most cases, you will either be paid half, right? Half of your pricing or all up front. Now, this is going to vary from marketer to marketer. There is no standard practice, and you're going to have to negotiate that, and you are going to have to decide how you are going to charge. Now, if you're going to do this on an extended basis, in other words, you're going to make this your business, this is how you're going to generate cash, uh, then you really do need to establish some policies. Okay, but now once you are established as this service provider, you'll be able to set your own rules. You'll be able to decide what it is that you'll accept, whether or not you're going to accept an upfront payment or half payment, or however you decide that you want to run your business. But this is going to apply more when you're in demand. So in other words, when someone else is seeking you as opposed to you seeking out the buyer or the seeking out the service buyer, then you will then be setting less, fewer of the rules. When the service buyer is seeking you out, when you have people who are lining up for your services, then you will then be able to decide what it is you'll accept and what it isn't. This really depends on how well you deliver. And as I said, you can provide writing, video creation, video editing, voiceovers, copywriting, graphics, logos, any process that you see in internet marketing. It's often provided by freelancers. So you can specialize in something that you are good at. You can provide this service. Now, you do want to have your pricing set up on your site ahead of time. And you want to do the best that you can to decide on what your fees are. You can do this very easily if you look at the market and what the other pricing for that kind of service is. Now, one of the ways that you can do that, a quick, fast, and dirty way to do that is to go to the Warrior Forum and to go to the service provider section. I'm going to show you how to do that now. It's not necessarily an exact science. It is a way for you to get a handle on what some of the market is. Now, again, that's not the end all be all, and the Warrior Forum is going to tend to be low in terms of pricing. Okay, on the high side, you can go to gig sites such as Fiverr.com, and obviously they're providing a service for $5, or you can go to Elance.com. But we are going to take a look at now the Warrior Forum, and let's go and take a look and see what some of the market pricing is. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look to the Warrior special offer section, and you are going to want to look to either the Warrior Forum classified ads, or you're going to want to look to Warriors for Hire, or you're going to want to look for wanted members looking to hire you. Now, once again, the pricing here is the Warrior Forum pricing. That doesn't mean that this is what you have to offer. But let's take a look inside of one of these sections, let's say for article writing, so that you'll know what the offer is for someone who knows how to provide a good article writing services. Okay, so you can see that this and the Warrior Forum, you're going to be on the low end. right? So just so that you will get a handle on where you're going to advertise. And that doesn't mean that you can't sell your services for more on the Warrior Forum, but you want to be aware of what the pricing is. You want to be aware of what the market is for that kind of service or for any service. And so you need to know what people are actually paying and what people are actually charging. And if you were an article writer, this may not necessarily be the place that you want to do that, but it is the place where you do want to get some information. And you want to be aware that copywriting, sales page graphics, everything that's close to the sale, those things are going to be commanding a higher price. So if you know how to do those things, you can get paid instantly. Now, if you don't have those skills, that doesn't mean that you can't perform a service where you are going to get paid instantly, but you do need to recognize that article writing requires the least amount of proof but doesn't pay nearly as much upfront instantly as you're going to get if you are a copywriter or sales page, or you can create sales page graphics. So this means that the more skills that you develop, the more easily you're going to be able to get paid instantly, and you're going to be able to get paid up front. Okay, so for those of you, if you're looking for a way to get paid quickly, want to go through this course, uh, again, the skills that you have will help you to be able to do that. However, if you want to provide services over time, then you want to start developing a skill that does pay at higher rates when you get ready to ask for the sale. Okay, now there are other freelancing tips on the Wealthy PLR blog. You can click that link and go over there. But otherwise, you want to decide on whether or not you want to offer a service in order to get paid up front. And we're going to be talking about traffic and how you're going to get traffic to your service or your service offering. But it is important for you to know upfront that this is what you're going to provide in order to generate income. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.